woods, where sunlight filtered softly through tall green trees, and birds sang cheerful songs from high branches, there stood a very unusual school. It was not built of bricks or stone, nor did it have iron, gates, or tall fences. Instead, the school was nestled in a bright clearing, where flowers bloomed for much of the year, and the grass grew soft and springy beneath small paws and claws. The walls were woven from branches and colorful leaves. The windows were shaped by vines, and the roof was a patchwork of moss and blossoms that smelled like honey after rain. This was the Little Woodland School, a place where young animals of the forest learned and played together. They counted pine cones for numbers, traced letters in soft sand, and practiced kindness like it was the most important subject of all. Wind chimes tinkled from the branches, and a braided rope hung from a sturdy oak, ringing a gentle bell each morning to call students to class. The teacher was a wise old owl named Professor Pinefeather. His feathers were silver at the edges, and his eyes were big and gentle, though they sparkled whenever a good question was asked. He wore tiny half-moon spectacles perched on his beak and kept a scroll tucked beneath one wing, just in case a poem needed to be read at a perfect moment. When he laughed, it sounded like the rustle of soft pages. On a warm spring morning, 5 friends hurried toward the clearing, eager for a new day. First came Benny the rabbit, small and bouncy, with ears so long they sometimes trailed behind him like kite tails. Benny was curious about everything, sometimes too curious, and he loved to hop in place whenever he got an idea. Next waddled Daisy the duckling, her yellow feathers bright as marigolds. She hummed little tunes when she felt brave, and when she was nervous, she hummed louder, as if courage were hiding in her song. From the trees above, Chip the squirrel swung from branch to branch until he landed neatly near the doorway. He was quick and clever and just a bit mischievous, with a fluffy tail that flicked like a metronome. Mira the Hedgehog followed, careful and thoughtful, her tiny satchel strapped around her round body. Puzzles made her eyes shine. Last came Leo the Fox Cub. Though smaller than most foxes, Leo walked with quiet confidence. He liked listening more than talking, but when he spoke, the others listened too. Professor Pinefeather greeted them at the door. "Good morning, my young scholars," he hooted kindly. "Today we begin with a story, for stories are the windows to wisdom." The friends settled onto soft grass inside the leafy classroom. Benny twitched his ears. Daisy hummed. Chip's tail swished. Mira folded her paws. Leo's golden eyes watched the owl closely. "I love stories," Benny squeaked, wiggling his ears. The owl began. "Long ago, the forest was full of wonders and challenges. Animals learned that together, they could solve any problem. Alone, a rabbit might not cross a river, but with friends, even the widest waters could be bridged. Alone, a mouse might not move a heavy seed, but together, they could build great nests and tunnels." When the story ended, he said, "Today you will face a challenge. If you work together, you will succeed. If not, you may find yourselves in a tangle." The animals exchanged curious glances. "A challenge?" Benny whispered. "Find the missing Golden Acorn of Harmony," Professor Pinefeather explained. "It was carried away by the wind, or perhaps by mischief. Bring it back before sunset." The golden acorn sparkled like the morning sun and brought peace wherever it was kept. Chip leapt onto a branch. "A quest! Let's go!" Benny bounced with excitement. "Maybe it rolled into a burrow. Or a sneaky crow took it," Chip added, flicking his tail. Daisy shivered. "What if we get lost?" Leo nodded reassuringly. "We won't, if we stay together." Mira whispered. "The owl said mischief. That means someone or something took it. Following small mouse tracks, they reached a bubbling stream. "How will we cross?" Daisy asked nervously. "The current is too fast for me to paddle." "Maybe we can build a bridge," Benny suggested. Using branches, twigs, and reeds, they worked together. Mira guided, Chip wove, Benny pushed, Daisy tied, and Leo steadied. The bridge wobbled but held firm, and one by one they crossed. On the far side, the mouse tracks led to a hollow beneath a great oak tree. Inside, a family of mice had the golden acorn, gleaming on a mossy mound. "There it is," Chip whispered. "But they look so happy," Daisy said softly. Mira nodded. "We can't just take it." Leo stepped forward. "Let's talk to them." Benny greeted with a friendly hop. "Hello. That acorn belongs to our school." The elder mouse twitched his long whiskers. "We found it shining in the grass. It warmed our home and the little ones danced around it." Daisy suggested shyly. "Maybe you could visit it at school. It doesn't have to leave you forever." The mice chatted among themselves. Then the elder nodded. "If we may visit, we will return it." Carefully, they carried the acorn back, each helping. Benny and Leo steadied it. Chip balanced it from above. Mira guided their steps, and Daisy encouraged them with cheerful songs. Sunlight danced through the trees, and flowers seemed to open wider as they returned. Professor Pinefeather waited at the school doorway. "What did you learn?" he asked. Benny cheered. "Bridges can be built if we work together." Mira added, "Solving problems takes thinking and kindness." Chip flicked his tail. "Adventures are best when shared." Daisy quacked softly. "Even scary things aren't so bad with friends." Leo, with a small smile, said, "The real treasure is trust." The golden acorn shone brighter than ever, carrying the memory of teamwork and friendship. From that day on, the mice often visited the school, joining in lessons and games. The forest grew warmer, the Little Woodland School livelier, and the story of the Golden Acorn of Harmony was told for years to